One of the big questions we've been having for a while now is what in the Emperor's name is going on with the end campaign for 10th edition. This will connect us to the next edition, 11th edition. There's been a lot of rumours, a lot of speculation. One of the big things that we have is the 500 worlds, and it seems we may have got our answer now coming from an official GW source. So let's jump in, let's look at this, let's talk about this, let's talk about the rumors attached to this. Let's just get into it and let's get waffling. So right now it's looking like the 500 worlds may be the end campaign for 10th edition. Why do I say that? It's because Games Workshop shops are actually planning to do in-store campaign events, and they're actually talking about it with other people a part of their social media team. Now, I'm just going to put this image up in the background, and I have like retcon people's names and stuff like that, because the last thing I want to do is, potentially get people in trouble. So people's names have been blanked out, but I've kept the text in there and stuff like that. So the chap above says, kind of disappointed at the end of the edition campaign is either Ultramarines or Necrons, locked by appearances, though that's likely a no. Again, this was sent to me, I can't expand it more, but the GW person then responded to this individual and said, we are pretty excited for Titus as well. Hopefully, when they show off more models about the 500 World campaign, we can see who else is going to share the spotlight with the Necrons and the Ultramarines. Again, that's coming from a GW source. When I say GW source, it's more or less like someone who runs the GW account for that certain shop. But what I will say, I'm just going to flip the coin right here at the start. Most GW shops don't really know what's coming until there's like a month out or something like that, so they can prepare their shop. But maybe they've been sent something in advance, like a big package or something, saying, this is the 500 worlds, this is the end narrative, this is the event that we're going to be going into 11th edition with. Start preparing your shops and start getting it, all hyped up about this project. Another thing that leads into this is this image in the background, and this is taken from a chap called Marius Gage over on Twitter, because he said, taken from the event at my local Warhammer store, my guess is 500 worlds will go on sale either the 20th or the 27th of December, because his shop is planning a 500 worlds campaign Thursday the 8th of January. That is a banner that he took from his store's Facebook page. So they're planning to do a 500 world campaign in January. So it's looking like it is going to be kicking off the first time of the year. Like literally, as the year starts, we're right into the 500 world campaign, which they normally do with the narrative when it comes to ending an edition. So for me, it's looking more and more like the 500 world stuff is going to be that end of the edition stuff. Now, the big question then to ask, if the 500 world is the end campaign stuff, which it's looking like it is, then where do we go from here with certain other characters, certain other releases? How does that then make sense? Well, from what I've heard, and again, what we've spoken about previously on live streams and stuff on this channel, is like what they were doing with this supposedly end campaign, that it was going to be character-based. And the first big character, it does make sense, is Titus. Titus is getting a bunch of books and a bunch of detachments and stuff like that. They're all coming. We've already seen that. I'll put the images up in the background right now. And of course, the next one, which we've been absolutely waffling about on this channel now for a long, long time, is Huron Blackheart. Huron is supposed to be getting a brand new model, and with it, there's supposed to be a bunch of models releasing, just really like what the Ultramarines have got. Not as big as the Ultramarines, of course, because no one is as big as the Ultramarines, because apparently they are the poster boys, even though they did nothing during the Siege of Terror. Well, don't go there, Valrak. It's not that kind of video, right? But they're supposed to be getting a release as well. Huron, they're supposed to be a command squad, just like Titus got a model and Titus got a command squad, right? And there's supposed to be some brand new like hunter unit for the Red Corsairs as well. So I can definitely see the Red Corsairs getting like a Huron Blackheart book. They get a little bit of story and like detachments and stuff like that, basically just mirroring what Titus got, and it's their own little like book series. It sounds logical, it sounds plausible. This is what the rumors have been whispering, right? It's starting to all make sense. And of course, the last one on top of that is the normal Corsairs, the Eldar Corsairs, because again, what we've been hearing is a brand new Prince Yeril, so Yeril gets a brand new book, the book series attached to it, and we've also been hearing that there's supposed to be new models coming out with the Corsairs. There's supposed to be a new Viper kit, there's supposed to be like a new Seer character or HQ, there's supposed to be some type of jump troop, if I'm not mistaken, so there's a lot of models that are supposed to be releasing with these characters. Now, the big question I have is that, is the Trazen rumour still there? Is it still out there? Because the Necron stuff is happening at the start. Surely, if you're putting Titus versus the Necrons, surely Trazen would be a part of that. Is Trazen not going to be coming towards the end of this new narrative campaign linking up to 11th? Hopefully he does, because he desperately needs a model. But when you look at it, if you get Titus, if you get Huron, if you get the Corsairs, is that truly enough? Like 3 big releases like that to, map us over to the next edition, which should be coming out around July, well, I say end of July going forward, really end of spring, start of summer. That's when they normally do them. I think there should be a lot more stuff added to this. Again, that's just my personal opinion. Yes, I've heard rumors about Tyranids. I've heard rumors about AdMech. Maybe the AdMech are getting involved. But again, maybe the AdMech stuff was already shown off at the Horus Heresy. There's like a lot of rumors that muddle in the water at this point. But yeah, I did hear AdMech. I heard some more stuff about Sisters, and Sisters are supposed to be a big part of this Necron versus Imperium theme, because we already seen the kill team that was leaked, of course, with the Nightbringer in there, and there was Sisters a part of that versus, Chaos Raptors and stuff. So again, there's a lot of things that are making sense at this moment in time with leaks, with rumors, and they're all starting to blend together at this point. What I think may happen now going into next month, don't forget December starts next week, boys. We are literally on the cusp of all the teasers. It's Grotmas, right? Yes, we're starting with the Ultramarines, which is Titus themed, of course. They said that in the article itself. I did a video about it the other day, even more Ultramarine stuff coming, but I think they're going to start teasing the other stuff that is going to be a part of this 500 Worlds as well. The Necrons, of course, they're in there, but I definitely think we're going to get teasers of Huron Blackheart. I think we're going to get teasers of the Corsairs, and hopefully I think we're going to get teasers of other stuff a part of this end campaign. There's a certain book out at the moment, Magos, it's called, all about Belisarius Call, and what I will say, again, no really big spoilers, but there's a lot of stuff mentioned in that book, which is also been mentioned in the rumors. I'm not going to go into too many detail. Maybe if you want me to do a separate video dedicated to that, the Magos rumors, right? There's so many things that are mentioned in that book in terms of units and all the things that we've been waffling about on this channel, which they mentioned in that book, which if you read Black Library books, they're normally just like a way to, advertise models that are upcoming and advertise models that are in the range, so you can go out and buy them and go, oh, look, I read about this in the book and now I'm playing with it on the tabletop, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's getting me excited as well. All this now hype going into next month, all the reveals, Christmas Day reveals, of course, we're going to have something absolutely massive. I kind of want to do like a dedicated video to like the Christmas Day reveals, because there's so much bloody stuff to talk about. Like, is it Yarrick? Is it Warhammer Titan? Like, what else could it be? Anyway, thanks for coming. Thanks for waffling with me, as I always do. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I would love to get your thoughts and feedback on this. Do you think the 500 Worlds is the end narrative? Do you think the Huron, the Corsair rumors, hopefully Trazen, do you think that's all linked to 500 World? Or do you think there's another end narrative which they haven't talked about yet? Let me know down below, right? It has to be the 500 Worlds, right? It just has to. I can't see the 500 Worlds as being like a little blurb on the screen before we go into something else. It just makes too much sense for GW to stick with this now and go down this road. Anyway, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit. Have a great day, evening, night, where you're around the world. And bye-bye.